Hi, Sarah Mack here from withsarahmack.com, and I never usually go live this early, but I had a hit of inspiration when I was doing my morning workout, and I was like, I need to get this out there while it's all fresh in my mind. And I'm really excited to share this conversation with you today. I'm going to share what I've been going through this week. I'm going to share a free resource with you to help you make more fun money, because that's really what I'm all about. It's not just about the money, it's about having fun. And yeah, this conversation is going to give you a bit of a context of like why that is an expertise of mine and how this can help you, even if you're going through a bit of a shitstorm or you're going through some challenges or you're healing something. This is really gonna support you. So I just wanna share this to my Facebook group. If you're not in there and you want more to keep up with my updates, definitely go and join the creative, what is it called? All of my titles are the same. Big Creative Fun, there we go. It's always got creative in there. And I'm coming to you live from this really vibey corner of my apartment where I love to do all my journaling. And it's getting warm actually. I thought it was gonna be a cold one. So say hello if you are joining, if you are watching the replay. And let's get going. Okay, that's being slow. So I'm just gonna get stuck in, say hello, and let me know you're here and you're watching in the comments. So this is all about how to make more fun money now, but not just making more fun money, also making fun money when you are going through the shit. Whatever it is, life has brought your way. Maybe it's physical stuff, emotional stuff, just life stuff in general. And, you know, this is one of the biggest reasons why it's such a priority to me to be making fun, having fun, making money, is because so many other parts of life are really challenging and are not fun. So can we please choose to be making our money and doing the work that we want to do in the way that we can have the most fun possible? And, you know, that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, is that we get to make those choices. And sometimes, and I'm going to talk about this particular unique challenge where, you know, making those choices can feel difficult because we're not sure. And this is a lesson that I've really been integrating at like an even deeper level this week, because some of you may know, some of you may not. Like I experienced complex PTSD from childhood sexual trauma, something I've been dealing with since my burnout kind of kicked off in 2015, which I'm not burnt out anymore. But the memories actually resurfaced for me in 2020. So it's been a really fucking intense process. And part of what happens when we feel like shit for whatever reason is like we check out, right? Obviously, like dissociation is an actual, you know, a clinical diagnosis. But we all do it, right? It's so easy to get distracted when something doesn't feel good. Like we get into our phones, sometimes we hide out in our work or being really busy or socializing or like wherever it is that we like to hide out that's like instant gratification. That's fun for us when there are some feelings going on that don't feel good. So this conversation is really about the shadow work aspect of fun and pleasure and enjoyment and how that connects to the way that we're making money. Because I'm a firm believer that we're always seeking to resolve whatever it is we need to work out. And that's really what our soul work is. Like, that's what we have deep expertise in, right? Like the stuff we're in the trenches in, the stuff we've been challenged by the most, the stuff that we're working through and, you know, have resolved up to a certain level. That's where we actually access our most power as coaches, as healers, as creators, as writers, to positively impact the lives of other people. Because we've got that depth knowledge of how to move through that. So we're always really inspired by and drawn towards the work that we are continuing to resolve within ourselves at the next level. And, you know, this is my relationship with money. And this is something that, you know, I'm diving really deeply into as I'm writing my book for you, which dives into that relationship between childhood trauma, you know, patterns of unworthiness, patterns of undeservingness, how that plays out for women, for minority cultures, for creators, in being able to say yes and give ourselves the opportunity and the focus to make the money, to do the work that we are feeling so passionate about and drawn to. And, you know, how our relationship with money is just like such a container for growth and healing around those areas where we've been, you know, culturally oppressed. So I'm working through a lot of that stuff at an even deeper level in the writing of my book. And, you know, obviously, whenever we dive into this work, whenever we're doing it with clients, whenever we're launching programs around it, creating content around it, like, it triggers the lessons that bring us the insights that, you know, bring that next level of mastery, bring that next level of clarity, and, you know, capacity to understand and to implement in spite of the challenges. So what's been going on for me is, yeah, so much stuff is been kicked up around this, and, you know, like little things showing up in my life, emotional stuff, and I obviously have a really solid toolkit and support system now to be able to move through that. I recognize the patterns when these things are coming up, and it's not like I'm not having a meltdown about it anymore. Like, I know how to deal with it. And even though it can feel so freaking uncomfortable, and I know that the way to deal with it is to love up on myself, and is to, you know, the challenge is, instead of checking out, instead of going into like a victim story or a self-sabotaging pattern, go into the discomfort, like coming into our bodies and allowing ourselves to be present with whatever it is that we're feeling, no matter how uncomfortable it is, because this is information. And sometimes it doesn't feel like information. Like, usually I'm very intuitively able to tap into clarity on something. Like, I know that clarity is something that's always available. Sometimes there's like an extra lag period where it's like, oh, I'm feeling all these things, and it's not like instantly leading me to clarity or a different action, or I'm feeling like I can't quite move through it to take the actions that maybe, you know, I've done in the past that have worked for me. So I'm being invited to step into a deeper layer of clarity or a change, right? This is the shadow work aspect, like sitting in the muck, really listening, really processing, and allowing whatever is coming up to come up, because it's always maneuvering us into that next step of where it is that we really desire to be going. And here's the thing, is that we can't connect, when we're talking about fun money, right? Like the way that it feels good to be making money, giving ourselves permission to take the action that allows us to bring in the money in the ways that would just be so freaking fun, a dream come true, like dreamlife.com. The only way that we can connect to that is by connecting to our desires. And the only way we can connect to our desires is being present in our bodies. So when uncomfortable stuff is going on, whatever it is you're moving through, the only way we're going to connect to the desires that will guide us to the actions that will bring us the fun and bring us the money in the way that's aligned for us, not just copy and pasting somebody else's strategy that they're having fun with and hoping it's going to be fun for us too, but really leading from the inside out, is to sit with what is there enough for the discomfort to bring you the message. It's usually bringing you a message about what gets to change, and being willing to sit there long enough until you connect to the desire. So, I'm going to share some ways for you to tap into the desire when you are feeling in the muck. So just start with loving up on your body, right? Like what's accessible? Sometimes it's just taking an afternoon off or having a nap or taking a bath, going for a walk, like clearing some things off the schedule, watching TV, eating pizza. Like this is not about being perfect. This is about giving to yourself whatever feels good to give to yourself in the moment. And this is a really important piece of the conversation around abundance and creating more abundance, which I'm going to go into in a second. So, and sometimes this means like allowing yourself to get bored, right? Like when you can't, or like when the action that you've been taking, or maybe what was bringing you so much pleasure before suddenly isn't pleasurable for you right now, and you don't want to do it, like you get to listen to that. And sometimes it means just sitting with not feeling good and really being there with yourself until you get the information, right? So I'll give you for an example. I've been going through that exact process this week, and I'm like, cool, this is an opportunity to love up on myself. This is an opportunity to listen and be with myself and practice being present, even when it's not fun. And to allow whatever wants to come up. And things that I did, like I've had some long baths, I've done some chanting meditations. I did like a really intense workout one day. Other days, I just like didn't have it in me and just did like super slow, like restorative yoga, super chill, but still really taking care of my body, still using whatever I know to use to be present and to stay with myself and acknowledge, like, I feel like shit right now and I don't know what to do about it and I'm not enjoying it and I really wish I wasn't feeling in this way, but I'm just allowing it. I'm going to give myself an oil massage, like a foot massage, and I'm going to go and sit in nature and sit next to the tree or sit next to the beach and just enjoy and like be in my senses and enjoy what I can while simultaneously holding I feel like total shit right now. And, a few days of that, and then the insights start to come through like, oh, I know what I want. And like, this isn't what I want and this isn't what I want. So suddenly the clarity starts to come through of like, and it's not like my life like sucks. There's so many incredible things in my life and I can acknowledge that and hold that. And it's also okay that if the things that in my life were making me so freaking happy last week have changed. And I'm like, I'm just ready for my next adventure. And that is my wild woman that I get to constantly say yes to and constantly feed. You're never like getting to a destination of cool, I've created all the things that I wanted to create, super fulfilled, like so much happier than I was having not created these things. But the next thing gets to emerge. And when the next thing is emerging, so maybe it's suddenly going to be a really uncomfortable dissatisfaction with some of the things that you were super freaking happy about last week. And that's okay. And this is really that process of connecting to our desires, giving ourselves constant permission to say yes to our desires, allowing our desires to change and evolve, and allowing ourselves to acknowledge the desires and consistently ask for them, consistently take a stand for them. So this is the key to fun money, because of all of the choices that we have as an entrepreneur, there's so many freaking choices every single day, right? Like, oh, I could launch a Voxer package. I could launch a group program. I could launch a self-study course. And as a manifesting generator in human design, one thing that I'm really learning and really integrating is that one thing can be super freaking exciting to me at 1 minute. And I'm like, cool, I should create my whole business model around this. And then the next minute, another thing is super freaking exciting to me. And that's really important, to acknowledge that our desires are constantly going to evolve. They're constantly going to change. And you can be super into one thing 1 minute, super into another thing another minute, and it's all good. Like, it all gets to harmonize. And here's the key, is that if we're having fun on the way there, who freaking cares what decision we're making, right? So really setting up that conversation of self-trust, that conversation of checking in, listening to our desires, and giving ourselves permission to say yes to them without catastrophizing, without thinking that like this is the lifelong decision that we're making. Like this is it now, this is who I am, this is my identity. Like being in that constant evolution and constantly prioritizing saying yes to the desires, constantly prioritizing the fun. And as a reminder, the way that we connect to the fun is connecting to our desires, which is connecting to our bodies, which sometimes involves moving through really uncomfortable shit, shifting our boundaries, having conversations, being honest about what isn't feeling good, because it's always maneuvering us to take the action, to become the version of ourselves, to ask for the things that we need that will open up that next level of fun money. So, this is the other piece that I wanted to talk about, really opening up our ability to receive abundance, because all the while we're like, oh no, like this is fine, like this is what I've done, so it's like easier for me to just keep doing what I've been doing, rather than like listening to this discomfort, tapping into my next level desires and making the change. What we're starting to do is push away fun, push away pleasure, and push away our desires. And that starts to create stagnation, right? This is like settling. And so when the discomfort starts to come up, when the information starts tapping you on the shoulder and it's like, you need to listen because there's some shit that wants to move, that wants to change. And, doing, like I said, like taking those actions to love up on yourself, to create space for that and to feel into the stuff that isn't feeling good. In giving that to yourself, you are opening yourself up to receive, because all the while we're pushing away or we're distracting or we're checking out because it's inconvenient, we're actually saying to the universe, like, I don't deserve to receive what I really want, or I don't believe I'm capable, or I don't believe it's possible for me to receive what's trying to come through me, what wants to be expressed at the next level. So in listening to ourselves, in tapping into our desires, even when it's freaking uncomfortable, and then being a yes for it, communicating it, from your family, from the people in your life, from your clients, from your business, taking the different actions, bringing in the support to move you to that place with as much comfort as possible. When we start to say yes to those things, the universe is like, oh, cool, like she's open to it, she's saying yes, so we can send her more support, we can send her more abundance, we can send her more of the things that she's asking for, because she's acting like she believes that she's worthy of deserving it and she's capable of receiving it, and she's not pushing it away. Because so you're pushing away money when you push away your desires. When you're checking out from how you're really feeling, you're checking out of your desires, you're pushing away money. Like this is the cycle of receiving. So this is about you taking a stand for your desires, and that is you taking a stand for your abundance, because abundance is so much more than money, right? We're not just talking about money here. We're talking about fun money. We're talking about working with the clients who feel like soul connections to you. We're talking about the schedule that allows for you to take care of yourself in the way that you need, and that you deserve and that you desire. We're talking about being able to live and travel and say yes to the things that light you up and make you happy and make you feel like life is worth living, and that you're having an adventure and that you're just making the most of this life. So this is about giving to yourself first with your presence, with your love, with your attention, with your care, really listening, even when it doesn't feel fun to listen, and then asking for what you want, right? Like claiming those desires and being like, cool, this is what I want. This doesn't have to be a giant drama, this of like, oh, well, now it's going to be so hard, or now I desire this, but I like can't have it. Like, no, you can have what you desire So ask for it, like make the moves, take the action, communicate that to the people in your life, to your team, to your clients. Like you always get to have what you desire. It's just a case of you, number one, doing the listening enough to get clear on what that desire is. And number two, asking for it, making it happen, acting as if you believe that you're capable of receiving it now. So I have a resource that I've created this week that I'm very, very excited to get into your hands. It's called the Cash Injection Ritual. And as you know, the other side of this conversation is like, you get to make money no matter what's happening. Like no matter how much of a shitstorm you're going through, no matter how like debilitating the discomfort is that's maneuvering you into the next level, into a different shift, you get to make money. And that, you know, it's like cleaning your teeth. Like you get to have clean teeth, just clean your teeth every day. You get to have that consistent support from your business and that consistent income, but be taking the actions, you know, believing that you're capable of taking the actions no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what mood you're in, no matter how much of a shitstorm you're going through, taking the actions that you know are going to sustain that for you and continue to grow that for you. And this is what the Cash Injection Ritual is. It's really, really simple around you get to be good at sales, you get to be receiving clients, you get to be receiving money, and building your skill in that area to support you at higher and higher levels of freedom and alignment in your business. So this is about really cultivating that habit. This is if you just want to get focused, you want to bring in some cash, you want to bring in some sales, you want to get out of your head and the overthinking or whatever stories you've been in around why it's been hard or why you're not good enough or why it's not happening for you right now. And you get to start hitting your income goals now. So I've put the link in the description above. It's also going to be listed under freebies on my website withsarahmac.com. And if you know that there's a lot of money mindset stuff going on for you, because money, there's still a leap to make and really in believing that whatever it is that you desire to make, you're capable of making it now and you get to make it in the way that's fun for you. And to really focus on building your skill, taking the action and making the mindset shifts, doing some of that clearing work of whatever muck is there, whatever wants to leave and come to light and shift in order for you to fully embody that place of confidence and ease and worthiness and deservingness in having a six-figure income in your soul work, where you get to do exactly what you want to do with your clients. You get to do it in the ways that feel the most fun for you. And you get to hit the income goals that will bring you the life that you desire and continue to grow that and continue to grow your skill and your ability to make money while holding whatever it is that you're going through and not using it as an excuse or as a reason why you're not good enough to receive the money that you deserve to be receiving now for your work. So if you're feeling called to do that work, I'm really excited to be relaunching a live coaching round of Create Money the Fun Way. Right now, the waitlist is open. When you join the waitlist, you'll have an exclusive access to early bird bonuses that are going to be I'm going to be announcing soon. So go to withsarahmac.com under work with me, click on Create Money the Fun Way, get on the wait list if you're interested in hearing more about that program. Super, super, super excited to be running this. I literally like rinse and repeat this content year after year after year. It's the fundamentals of money mindset that allow you to clean up your ish around money and just, tap into that next level of skill, ability, and confidence in making the money that you want to be making in the ways that really make you happy in your business and getting clear on what those decisions are for you. So I'm super excited for that. Another thing that I'm really excited to be selling is I've created one opportunity for me to write your sales page copy for your program. So this is something that I've not done for clients for years and years and years. And this is like my superpower specialty back when I was a copywriter. I'm really effing good at sales pages. And so if you want to create a sales page copy for your new offer or program and not have to do any of the writing, and you would like me to write that for you, I do have one opportunity available. It's $9.99, and we'll get on a call, get really clear on the messaging strategy, get really clear on who we're talking to, who's like the absolute soulmate dream client for this offer. And I'll go away and write the copy for you, and we'll tweak it, make it absolutely into a masterpiece that really speaks to the mind, heart, and soul of your dream client. And that can go on to continue to make hundreds of thousands of dollars for you in your business. And that you can also base your content for your launch on the messaging strategy, because the sales page really holds the strategy, the message, and the vibe and the energy of this offer in your work. It's such a powerful piece of content that I always recommend starting with whenever you're launching anything. It's where I make all of my decisions every time I create or relaunch an offer. So I'm super excited to do that with one of you. Please reach out to me if you're interested. Let me know. We can chat about what it is that you're offering and any questions that you might have. So please share this with anybody who you know will benefit from this content. Leave me some hearts, questions, and comments below, and have an amazing rest of your day. This was so much fun. Bye.